Okay, in this video, I'm going to go through the toe-spotted ring muscle-up. So the idea of the toe-spotted ring muscle-up is we're trying to learn the pattern of the transition. A, so it's neurally mapped out so the brain has a really clear direction of where it needs to position the body. And then B, also just so we can start to prepare the required kind of joint structures around the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist to tolerate the ring muscle-up. Because it is quite a stressful position if you haven't been in it before. So the toe-spotted ring muscle-up can be a nice conditioning tool and a nice skill tool to learn the ring muscle-up. So this first variation, you don't want to make this too hard to start with. You want to make sure that you've got enough pressure in the feet to transition through without having to exert too much muscular force. The best place I recommend starting with this, regardless if you're trying to learn a strict ring muscle-up or a kipping version, is to use the false grip because it'll really give you a clear direction on where the pattern and the map is for the muscle-up. So you're going to go setting up the rings, you'll come into that false grip starting point. I'm just going to have the feet underneath the straps to start with, and you leave most of your weight in the legs. From here, you're going to lean back slightly so that the rings are kind of positioned on the sternum. As you go through that lean back, you can take as much weight into the legs. We're going to transition by tracing the rib cage, tipping forward, and then landing in the bottom of the dip. So you can see here I've got most of my weight in my legs. I'm not loading too much to the upper body. And then as I get more proficient with this, I can start to take more and more weight in the arms. So a big thing here that most people miss, or a lot of people miss rather, is the angle of the torso. So you can see how at the start of the movement, I'm kind of leaning back. I'm on this like almost 45-degree angle. And when I come to the bottom of the dip, I tip forward so that the torso position changes. The reason why I've done that is it means that I don't actually have to pull on the rings any further because I've already got the required height. Once the rings are here, all I need to do is position my torso on top of the rings, which is why the false grip makes it a little bit easier. So if I was to do this without the false grip, I could still get the transition, but I have to do a little bit more movement through the shoulder. So starting with the false grip, once you've got that down pat, you can then roll through the transition without the false grip, which is kind of what you just saw then, and I'll do another video to explain that.